Good morning or good evening, depending on when you see this. This is going to be the weekend reading. I am filming it on, I was just about to say Sunday. Well, maybe something is happening on Sunday. On is it Thursday? You guys know, I never know how to pronounce this day. It's the day after Wednesday. Oh my god. But I will post this before Friday. Probably because that it will be a longer reading. I have a feeling. I pulled cards for the all-in-all energy, and it's very interesting. The first two cards that came through for the all-in-all energy of the weekend reading was the Eight of Swords and the Six of Pentacles. So we will start out with talking about those two babies, and then I'm going to dive into the other two cards and why I picked out why I decided to take more cards for the all-in-all energy, because I felt like I needed a little bit more information. But maybe we should just go through like the channeled messages that came out first before that I took the cards. And now that this is always timeless, you can obviously see this whenever it comes to you. One thing that might be very significant for the upcoming weekend is the number 3, no matter how it shows up. If it shows up just with the number 3 or 33 or 333, it will be significant for you. The strangest thing just popped out too. Something about mirrors. Mirrors? I don't know why that would be significant, but something about mirrors. Big mirrors, maybe? Got like shivers through my body with that. Yeah. Another thing is to pay attention to dreams. They will pay. They will pay. The dreams will pay. Well, wouldn't that be nice? They will play a very big role for something that's on your mind, something you've tried to analyze or work out, or yeah, it could be connected with the Eight of Swords energy here. And also something I just paid attention to is clarity. If you have been confused about something, there will be clarity. I'm going to point out why later, but gonna point out later. Well, I'm gonna show you guys now, so just confused myself there. I wanted to know from Spirit what the hint was for the right direction that you are taking in the weekend. And the Knight of Pentacles and once again the Eight of Swords came up, but the Eight of Swords came up reversed. So I do feel like there is something very significant here. And I said the thing about clarity because that now that the Eight of Swords card is reversed, it's the swords are upright, right? And every time a sword is upright, it means clarity. So there's a lot of swords being upright. So I feel there's a lot of clarity. But also, the swords are falling out. Like, the pain is falling away. But it's self-inflicted in a way with the Eight of Swords. Most of the time it's self-inflicted with the Eight of Swords. Yeah. Yeah? Yeah. So, if we keep stuck in our mind. So remember that. But what else do we have? Oh yeah, hope brings light back. And it's so interesting because after I channeled it through, I remember something, I don't know how to put this, but yesterday, some days ago actually, I started watching The Sandman on Netflix again. And the episode that I saw yesterday was, well, this is spoilers, so if you haven't seen it, I'm sorry. But dream, I can't remember what else his dream is. What else his dream is. Oh, that's interesting with dreams. Anyway, I can't remember what else his name is. He has some very badass names, but Dream is fighting with Lucifer. And it's like a play of, I don't know, charades. It's a play of like, I don't know, what do you call that? Like, I think Lucifer calls upon the dire wolf. And then Dream calls upon, is it a snake or something? Something, right? And then it's all about like calling upon other things. But at the end, Lucifer calls upon, well, the end of everything. Like, I can't remember what it's called now. I remembered it earlier when I was thinking about it, when I was channeling things in, but I can't remember it now. But it's like the end of the universe, the end of everything. There's the darkness of darkness. I mean, you know what. And Dream, you cannot kill dreams, by the way. You know, makes sense. But Dream is laying there on the ground dying until he realizes what actually destroys the ultimate darkness, and that is hope. Hope brings back light, and hope brings back everything. So there might be something with hope, something in the weekend, some kind of hope. Activate something. Hope activates something in your life this weekend. Yeah, maybe that should be the title. Might be a little spark for some of you guys. Maybe you don't really realize what it is, but it's hope. Maybe some of you guys need to realize that, oh, that's it. That is actually what brings back the light. So something recently might have happened that put you into a mental prison where you don't belong, by the way, I heard. It was not, whatever this was not supposed to put you into a mental prison. It wasn't meant to, it wasn't meant to make you self-inflict pain onto yourself. Very important for you to realize that. There's something that's self-inflicted here. And I know some of you guys might be like, well, it's because of something else. But if you dive deep, the reaction, or there's something, it will probably make sense for whoever it makes sense for. But there was something that's self-inflicted. Self-inflicted. Inflicted. It's very important this weekend not to let limits or mental blocks stop you from actually receiving abundance, love, success, because that is what the universe is trying to give to you. All of it. It might not seem that way for some of you guys. You might not really see the evidence, but we have to realize that there's a lot of things happening with the planet right now. It's for our highest good, it's for our it's for our future. And it's for us to realize something about old patterns, the self-inflicted wounds that we put on ourselves. Right? I mean, the only one who controls your mind is yourself. No one else does. If that is the case, then you really have to look close, right? Why? Someone else is, or the past is taking over your brain waves. Yeah, limits. I do feel that limits at this point, in this time, is most likely self-inflicted. I want you to really think about that. The limits that you feel is causing trouble or whatever, stopping you in your tracks, are self-inflicted. The limits are self-inflicted. And while I said that, I realized something. Look at the white glow around me, around her head. I don't know if you guys can actually see it. I never paid attention to that until now. And also, like, she's bound loosely. The headpiece, or the, what do you call that? I know it has a specific name now, I can remember it. But it's also loose, right? So it's like a blindfold. Thank you. The blindfold is falling off. So you're realizing, like, the self-inflicted limit that you have put on yourself. This is a major breakthrough. There's something about songs or a specific song. Maybe something about science or prediction in a way. Something you realize. Interesting. I do feel like the universe is truly trying to... Oh, I just realized that, yeah. Trying to offer you a hint or a guidance. I just realized something looking at the cards. First of all, because of the Knight of Pentacles, because in this, I don't know why actually I chose another deck when I wanted to find out more, but he's pointing. So again, it's a hint. It's like pointing. Just said that, right? Pointing in the right direction, pointing at a hint. And what he's pointing at while laying on the table is the Six of Pentacles. This is the way that the cards were like laying on the table. He's pointing at a hint. It's like, human, do you see? And also what's next to the Knight of Pentacles is this. So it's like you are actually like, there's no limits. The only limit is the limits that you have put on yourself. Obviously it could come from listening to other people's opinions, but there's actually no limits here. And there's no sacrifice needed to be done. What? Did not even realize that I said that for some reason. What the hell? I said that while I was looking at the sheep. I don't know why I said that. There's no sacrifice that needs to be done. Like, you don't need to kill off something. Is that maybe? I don't know. Whoa. Maybe there's something about you feel like you need to sacrifice some kind of freedom or something. Doesn't make sense for someone. But the universe is definitely pointing you in the right direction at the moment. It's so interesting how everything just comes true. I also heard that if you look deeper at the situation, you know why something happened. Like, yeah, I can feel like I'm really tapping into his space to try to figure out what. I feel like I say things that make sense and at the same time doesn't make sense. It might be something with ravens as well, or feathers, especially black feathers. Ravens and crows. So this is where the Knight of Pentacles and the Eight of Swords comes in, because that I was like, okay, so what is the hint connected to, right? What is the hint? And it's so interesting that I ask, what is the hint? And then the Knight of Pentacles comes up with someone pointing at the hint. It's, I mean, again, and I didn't really realize that until now. That is actually what's happening. He's also not that much armored up, right? Like in the normal tarot. But I feel like there's something in this weekend when it comes to this hint where you are balancing out your sureness of something. Like there is this like inner knowing with the Knight of Pentacles. There's this like, yeah, the inner knowing, the knowing. There's something you're being prepared to, especially when it comes to Pluto moving into Aquarius for the final game. It's like, this is it. This is where I stay. So what are you being prepared for here when it comes to like this inner knowing? Balancing out the sureness of something you already know. Listening to your intuition. Like there's this energy here of like there's no way out of this, or there's no like solution. But again, it's self-inflicted, like the mental blocks or the limits are self-inflicted. Because there is a solution already. And also when it comes to the Knight of Pentacles, you might feel like you are on hold. You might feel like you're not really moving forward with something. On something. You might feel like you're on a standstill. But you are actually moving. Things are moving forward. You're just on a little pause, or there is a little pause at the moment. Could be in the weekend, obviously, right? Because I actually I didn't take any cards for it because I was like, well, I can do that in the reading. But I have this like there was this feeling of like sneaking into Monday, Tuesday. Like something's happening Monday, Tuesday, and I had ringing in the ear at that. I did hear it's not a delay, it's just a pause. Also for you to actually realize how far you have come. Maybe in the process of controlling your mind or controlling a situation or healing something. Well, it's very deep this weekend, isn't it? I think you have to see and you have to feel how far you have actually come in a situation. Yeah. Like the universe is trying to show you how proud you can actually be of your journey that you have went on. It's like nothing has been wasted, nothing has been, yeah, I don't know how to put it. It's like, see how far you have come. See how, yeah, what has changed in a way. I think each and one of you, like individually, you know what this means for you. So, I'm just going to use this tarot. We do have the Four of Pentacles. Oh, the Four of Pentacles. What are you holding on to? The Four of Swords at the back. So, once again, the universe is like, it's time to move forward, to get up from the bed, right? To dust yourself off. Was that yesterday we got that? Move forward. Some of you guys might be a little bit of a hermit. So, yeah. It's like you know this. It's like for some reason the reading that I'm being reminded about. And I heard this when I posted, around the time when I posted that reading, it was a time of a catalyst moment. I will link it up here. It was a time, it was a very important time. But also just that reading, right? It's just like, you know that something is happening. You know the truth of something. There is an inner knowing. So the universe is like guiding you back to this. With the tower, there might be something recently that fell through or something. I was like, I don't know. I mean, it can be quite dramatic with the tower, right? Yeah. But what is the awareness that comes from that? I mean, again, Pluto in Capricorn right now, it's the last lessons. And lessons doesn't always has to be bad. It's just lesson. It's something you learn. And he's actually holding a book. So what have you learned from a situation that you recently went through that might have felt like a tower moment? Spirit is talking with us. What have you learned? What have you learned? It's like, it's not so much about what happened, but more about what have you learned from it. And how do you want to move on? Move forward without the limitations of that. I feel like I speak in riddles. Something new is coming in. And this is, I mean, this is very beautiful. But there's something you have to let go of when it comes to maybe control. Maybe you're trying to control the situation a little bit too much. And it brings you into you limiting and how do I want to say that? You're limiting something and self-inflicting some kind of wound on yourself. Bathing in a wound, staying in a hermit's mood. What? Kiri has really been yeah, wow. He's been a trooper with me. Kiri is amazing. No, yeah. Me and Kiri are going, I'm going to get tattooed by, like, the guy. Well, actually, I'm getting tattooed both times now. Both? Wow. 2 times in November. The 1st of November, they have, like, a Halloween event or something like that. And Kiri wants to dress up for that. Anyway, I will talk with the Mikkel guy about if we are doing the live there, or if we should do it another time, or, you know, I don't know what's going to happen, because I think it's going to be a little bit busy that day. Yeah, but let's see. But that was funny. So you guys might meet at least Mikkel around the 1st episode. It's interesting, this has come up a lot. There might be a fire sign. For some of you guys, there might be something with love and a fire sign. Okay. Well, with all that sidetracking and everything else, there could be self-inflicted wounds or limitations when it comes to love or when it comes to making decisions. Staying in an energy of grief or sadness or holding yourself back. Well, like, that was not what I wanted to say, but there might be something. There's a pattern that you're breaking in the weekend. Because the universe is pointing you. Maybe pay attention to pointing. Or to, well, it can be cards or images or whatever. Arrows. Well, are they pointing in the direction of invisible arrows? Anyway. What is this energy about in the weekend? What is happening with that? Queen of Optimism. That's a very lovely energy. Being optimistic, you're being asked to be optimistic, but also just realize he's looking in the direction of that. So whatever is happening, you're realizing something and you're being very optimistic, becoming optimistic. But also, I mean, the Queen of Wands is the most attractive of all queens in the tarot. She's just the ultimate attractive queen. She's wearing yellow. We spoke about that not long ago. Plus, in one of the previous readings, with that yellow dress, we had stay optimistic, right? Or optimistic. Optimism, or whatever it was. So stay optimistic. Stay optimistic, dude. Stay optimistic, dude. Well, if you are a dude watching, apparently it's very important for you to stay optimistic. And then we have the Sun. I mean, can we be any more optimistic? And then we have the Lovers. Some of you guys are being asked to either be optimistic in a love situation or being optimistic when it comes to a situation where you need to make a decision. What is it for you? It could be both, obviously. The universe could ask you to be optimistic about love. If it's not about love, because I know not everyone is dealing with that, it could be stay optimistic about some kind of decision. Where you feel like the universe has separated you from something. Does that make sense? Is there anything else? Any help or guidance we need? There's definitely something here about making decisions, not making decisions, making decisions, not making a decision. But it's self-inflicted. Like, it's the universe is like, you could just make that goddamn decision. But you're deciding not to make that decision. I think the universe is trying to be a little bit harsh with you through me. With that, I'm also speaking with myself. What are you staying in? Because you're not supposed to stay in this energy. Then you are deciding to stay in that energy. Are you deciding to stay in this energy? Because it's self-inflicted if you do. What is the hint in that? So many effing hints. Wow. The universe is being like, you have so much passion for this, so much love for this. There's so much longing for something. At the same time, you're keeping yourself away from it. Or you're building a barrier between you and your dreams, you and being optimistic, having hope for something. Maybe some of you guys are trying to build up a business or something, or to move somewhere, whatever it is, to find love, whatever it is, and you keep being like, it's not going to happen anyway. I'm not good enough, something is going to happen. With that card, there is a cleanse happening. I mean, obviously, that is what the universe or the planets are doing. And it has something to do with something that's being delayed, okay? Something that's being deleted in your mind. It's like, you cannot have that limiting belief system anymore. It doesn't work anymore. There's something you're longing for, but at the same time, you're keeping yourself away from it. And I think a lot of you guys, you're moving back and forth when it comes to longing, staying away. Longing, staying away. Or believing, not believing, believing, not believing. Love, hate, you know. I understand why the universe is a little bit tough and rough with us at the moment. Because it's like, you are doing this to yourself, human. And us humans are going to be like, no. It's this person's fault. It's that thing's fault. It's the world, it's the climate, it's the... It's the shoes, it's whatever. I mean, can the message be any more clear? What is the thing that we are moving into with Monday, Tuesday? Knight of Wands, the Emperor. Something we need to understand here. The Star, the Five of Swords. The Five of Swords is looking into, well, first of all, the Nine of Wands is looking into the direction of the Death card and the longing. So once again, there is this idea of like, I feel insecure. Maybe that's it, like I feel insecure, then I feel powerful. Then I feel insecure, then I feel powerful. Where did he go? He sneaked in. That mother ever sneaked in again. Look at that. Suddenly he's there. Or is it because I put that? So there is a sign here, people. About like, something is sneaking back and forth into your mind with making a decision, not making a decision. Being confused, not being confused. And even the Emperor is looking into it. But what got the Emperor's back is the Star. Then we have the Five of Swords, but we're going to dig into that. Because the Five of Swords is obviously, it's clearing the path when it comes to conflict, right? So either it's you clearing the path when it comes to conflict, a conflict with someone, or a conflict with yourself. Because that he is looking directly into the other cards, right? I don't know how to put it now because of the mirroring. Mirroring! Maybe there's something about mirroring. You mirror someone. You mirror someone. That's why you... Well, if you have a... What do you call that? A purpose with someone? Wow. You mirror each other? There is healing. Yeah. Wow. Well, whatever it is, yeah. There's definitely healing and action. It's a very long weekend reading. But I think we understand what the universe is pointing to. Right? Yeah. I'm trying to look closer at the cards to see if there's something I have missed. I think we got it all. The only thing I did get pointed to was that, I don't know if it would make sense, but a fight that can't be, like, it's not about winning a fight or winning a argument, or I don't know what that is. If it's something that's connected with the past in a way. It's not about winning an argument or a fight or being right. If it makes sense for someone, it will make sense. I think that's why I was diving so deep into it, because for me it didn't make sense. But I hope this made sense. I think we dived very deep, because I think that's what Spirit wants. Because this is like, I mean, the final countdown for the lessons that's happening right now, before Aquarius is moving into its final resting place in Pluto. Can I say that? Yeah. You cannot let insecurities or limiting mental blocks control your life anymore. And you're actually ready to let go of that from the past. I mean, he is scared, right? He's very scared at death. It's like, oh god. You guys might have recently gotten the death card and been like, oh my, nine nine, nine nine. But look at that. On the other side of that is the longing. It's like you need to face the death card before you can get this. There's something you need to face head on. That has something to do with limiting belief systems, why you're holding yourself back from something, or why something keeps happening. It's like you can't, like you have to face death. You have to face this energy. It makes sense why this energy here of making decisions come in, because it's a part of it. Damn, people. Damn. Damn, 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 damn. It's going to be a very interesting weekend. Especially for you, yourself, and you, when it comes to realizing something. If you're dealing with another person, it might not be something that's being solved until Monday, Tuesday. It could obviously be for some of you guys, maybe Sunday. But I feel something needs to click first. Also when it comes to you making a decision, if you're making a decision to move to another country or quit your job and find another job or going after your dreams, activating hope. That's it. Thank you. I will talk to you guys. If not in the weekend, I will talk to you guys on Monday for the week ahead reading. Well, that's gonna be an interesting one. Well, bye people.